This is episode 177 of Southern Gospel Now, your weekly look at the artists and songs in today's Southern Gospel music. I'm Greg Goodman. Our broadcast is made possible by Daywind.com, where you'll find Southern Gospel CDs, soundtracks, and Christian products. Rodney Griffin of Greater Vision was honored by his home state of Kentucky this past weekend. Rodney was inducted into the Kentucky Music Hall of Fame as part of their class of 2024.
Well, it was really a surprise to me, the Kentucky Music Hall of Fame. When you walk through there, it's full of country, bluegrass, rock and roll artists from Kentucky. There are some representatives of our music there. So for them to, in 2024, still recognize our genre with that honor was really nice. It's good to try to be a light to those who have never heard gospel music. So if somehow through this, the Lord can reach somebody, then that'll be a good thing.
All of the Greater Vision guys were there to cheer Rodney on with this honor. Our sincere congratulations to Rodney Griffin on being inducted into the Kentucky Music Hall of Fame. A couple of years ago, Guardians Quartet founding member Dean Hickman had to come off the road due to health issues. Dean speaks about how he has dealt with these health problems.
It's seasons of our life. Things change. I'm content with where I am, and God's given me this ability my whole life to adjust to whatever it is. And I got cancer. It's like, okay, I got cancer. I didn't say why, or I just thought, well, I'll deal with it. When the brain tumor came and I had brain surgery, and then God just ceased to touch me.
It's so good to hear that Dean is doing better these days. Listen for him featured on the Guardians' current song, Another Life to Give. Jonathan Wilburn's current single is Old Blind Bartimaeus. Jonathan shares the Bible story which the song is based on.
In Mark, the 10th chapter, Jesus was leaving Jericho. And as he was walking down the road leaving, Blind Bartimaeus, he heard that it was that Nazarene. He figured out that it was the man. It was Jesus of Nazareth. And he called out, "O Son of David." And the people around him said, "Be quiet, you're making a disturbance." He said, "I don't care, I'm blind." He began to yell out more, "O Son of David, heal me." And Jesus stopped in the middle of the road, turned around and said, "Bring that man to me." And they brought Blind Bartimaeus to Jesus, and Jesus immediately told him, he said, "Your faith has made you whole." And Blind Bartimaeus' eyes were open, and he could see for the first time.
The Kingdom Air's current hit is Until Prayer Changes Me. Chris Bryant says it's going over well in their concerts at Dollywood.
It's going over great. We started doing this song, I guess a few weeks ago when it first went to radio, and immediately it resonated with people. We love this song. When we first started listening to music, we listened to hundreds of songs for every album, and this one was no exception. But I loved how this one talked about prayer in a different way. You hear many songs that talk about prayer and how prayer changes things and God answering prayer. And this one really talks about sometimes when you pray and the answer is not what you expect.
That song is off their new project, No Better Time, which releases November 1st. Karen Peck tells us how New River's song, Be Ready, came to life.
Wayne Hahn and Joel Lindsay came to my house one day, and I'm a tune person and an idea person. And I said, "Okay, guys, I have this tune. Da 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 da. Be ready." And so Joel Lindsay was sitting on the chair, and he said, "Hey, what about this? No matter what you say, no matter what you do, be ready." And then Wayne went over to the piano and started playing the tune.
Wayne Hahn says that the Taylors' latest hit, He Is Good to Me, is living its second life.
He Is Good to Me, I wrote with Joseph Habedank. It was actually on a Perry's album, Life of Love. Songs lasted on radio a little longer then, so really you only had maybe 2 options per album by the time you were working on another one. I've learned this, and this is something I learned from Bill Gaither. He's like, a great song is a great song, no matter who sings it or when it was recorded or stylistically how you approach it. And that has always rung true with me as a producer. So I love finding those little jewels that might have been looked over or just laid dormant for a while and reimagining them. So with the Taylors, we approached it a little differently. We slowed it down just a hair, a little less acoustic, a little bit more like Southern, what I call that Southern soul, and it works.
The gospel community continues to step up to help those impacted by recent hurricanes. Chosen Road has scheduled a benefit, Mountain Aid. Jonathan Buckner tells us more.
It's hard to believe that it's been over a month since Hurricane Helene devastated so many homes in East Tennessee and Western North Carolina, literally turned so many people's dreams to tears. And from the very beginning, we knew that when the time was right, that we wanted to do just a night of music to encourage them, but to also raise funds to help them rebuild and get back up on their feet. So that's how the idea for Mountain Aid was born. That's what we're calling the show. We've got an amazing lineup of artists. They have all donated their time and their voices to help this worthy cause. We've got Stephen Curtis Chapman. We've got Brandon Heath, Point of Grace, Jason Crabb, Darren and Brooke Aldridge. Of course, Chosen Road will be there. The Jason Lovins Band, Taranda Green, Shawn of the South. Tickets are just $20. It's going to be held at Freedom Hall in Johnson City, Tennessee, presented by Food City. So every dime that is raised will go straight to Samaritan's Purse and aid them in the work that they're doing there in East Tennessee and North Carolina.
Mountain Aid will take place Thursday, November 14th. Tickets are available at etix.com. Tate Emon says his dad has been working to help those hit by the storms.
My dad has been a lineman for over 25 years, and wherever the storm hits, that's where he goes. And most recently, he's been in Florida where Hurricane Milton hit, and he's been helping restore the power and putting in about 120 hours a week to help those people in Florida. And there are many times my dad isn't able to be with us or travel with us because he has a calling on his life to help those who are in need. He never hesitates and he never second guesses. He just goes to help. I love my dad.
Time for a look at the top songs of the week from the Power 50 chart.
Number 5.
Until Prayer Changes Me, Kingdom Heirs.
I pray until prayer changes me.
Number 4.
He Is Good to Me, The Taylors.
He is good to me.
Number 3.
Red Words, The Irwins.
It's all black and white in the red words.
Number 2.
Be Ready, Karen Peck at New River.
No matter what you say, no matter what you do, be ready, be ready.
Number 1.
There's a Hole in the Heart, The Nealons.
There's a hole in the heart of America that only God can heal.
That's our report. You can explore all 177 episodes of Southern Gospel Now wherever you find podcasts or at southerngospelnow.com. Our report is brought to you in part by southerngospelprizes.com. Prize packs there you can register for currently from Greater Vision, Tribute Quartet, and a Caribbean cruise with Right Road Quartet. All the details at southerngospelprizes.com. I'm Greg Goodman. Love your neighbor, and I'll see you next week with more Southern Gospel news on Southern Gospel Now.